As the LAFD's first canine handler, Arson investigator Frank Oglesby dedicated more than 35 years of outstanding service. For 21 of his 28 years in Arson, Frank had four-legged partners by his side. First, Flower, then Buster, and finally Major, officially known as accelerant detection canines.
We pull up some stuff that we probably would have never found without a dog.
Frank investigated more than 5,000 cases in Los Angeles and across the United States, ranging from major disasters to deadly arson fires to insurance fraud and organized crime cases, even incidents that took the lives of fellow firefighters. Each year, arson causes more than $2 billion in damage and kills hundreds of people.
People set fires for different reasons. It's spite, it's drugs, it's revenge. I mean, it's love triangles, you name it.
As Frank and Major, a black Labrador retriever, retire from the arson counterterrorism terrorism section, they leave big boots and big paws to fill. Playing a critical role in the 2001 Palomar fire, the 2014 Da Vinci apartment house fire, and far too many others to list, time and time again. The nose knows.
Just take the Da Vinci, that was over 1 million square feet of fire debris. And actually, very early on in that stage, the dog narrowed our search pattern down to a real isolated area.
On call 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, Frank and his highly trained canines roll out at a moment's notice.
The dog is trained 2 hours bare minimum each day, every day of his life. So as far as the training, it's always ongoing.
Frank kept them sharp with drills at odd hours. His dogs were unfazed when duty called at 3 a.m. For them, it was fun, but also dangerous.
In a fire scene, there's 1 million different odors. It's hot in there. It's actually a hostile environment for them.
Like all great partners, they looked out for one another.
There's poisons, there's narcotics, there's all kinds of stuff in there. Obviously, I can't say a fire scene's 100% safe, but it's my job to make sure that there's no glaring hazards there that's going to get him hurt. If the environment's so bad that I need to use a breathing apparatus, then we're not putting a dog in there.
Frank cannot reveal how many odors these furry investigators can sniff out.
They'll find gasoline, paint thinners, lacquer thinners, that kind of stuff, and they work down in parts per billion. They have the ability to separate and isolate each individual odors. And the way I'd explain it, if you put steak and peas, you smell everything. They can smell the peas separately, they can smell the steak separately.
These badge-wearing pooches were food reward dogs, meaning they worked to eat, no bowl feeding. Evidence collected faced tough scrutiny. The legal system takes it very seriously as crimes and consequences are serious.
Everything this dog does during the day is documented. All his training records are documented, and they're discoverable in court.
Frank's incredible work with Flower, the LAFD's first accelerant detection canine, led to murder convictions. She once found a suspect hiding where nobody else could see.
What gave him away was he had gas on him, and she kept hitting on one of the floorboards, and once we started, he was actually underneath the house. He was still hiding under the house.
Buster did a lot of on-the-job traveling. Following 9/11, he and Frank were quickly deployed.
The government sent us to the Canadian border for 3 days to search things coming in and out of there. Been as far as Guam, Hawaii, Arizona, Nevada. They have a lot of frequent flyer miles on them. So.
What makes the doggy detectives unique?
Their drive to hunt. You know, they just won't give up.
But make no bones about it, when he's not working, Major enjoys relaxing. And back in 2002, Buster and Flower proved there's such a thing as a dog day afternoon. Initially trained as part of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, or ATF, these canines, along with Frank, were members of a national response team. Owned by the federal government, each dog was released to Frank's custody at retirement for the price of $1, enjoying full time at home. After such a legacy-making career, what is Frank looking forward to most about retirement?
Not going to fires.